Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and it's time for our day one expansion review for the Lost City of Angora. Went live yesterday, and it's that picture there. You are surrounded by Uthers everywhere, mostly the new Murloc Quest that is absolutely out of control, or you're facing the Druid deck we highlighted yesterday that is outright broken and might even be better. It is early on. Things could definitely change. It's only been, as I'm recording this, like less than 12 hours, so who knows? But yeah, things are looking pretty rough as the new cards really struggling outside of Paladin. Go over some cards that are like unavailable, you can't play, or banned in Wild for just reasons. It's weird. Fully preview all the portraits added to the shop that are not in the pet gambling mechanism. We're gonna have a full review on the pet later today in its own video because it's disgusting and it needs to be highlighted and isolated as something that Blizzard should never do again. It's awful. It's just, we'll talk about it, so stay tuned for that video. We got tons to cover here. If you enjoy the content on the channel and feel like I've earned your subscription, please consider hitting that like button down below, hitting that sub button as you stay tuned for all the news and gameplay and all that stuff on the channel. So yeah, this is on the Hearthstone subreddit, Uther everywhere. Just a lot of frustration about Paladin in general. If you just look at the Hearthstone subreddit, I already hate Murloc Paladin. We even got people to bring up, reminder, Paladin Quest was buffed. The early version of this used to be at play summon 6 minions, summoned 6 Murlocs, and Blister Guy here says Chorus confirmed it was buffed. Very late development and is now 5, and it's like, oh man, why did they buff Paladin? And if you look at the other quests with the very early data, they're not so good. Quest TK at like 37%. Quest Mage, Quest Hunter, Warlock, Shaman, Demon Hunter, Priest, and Rogue. Like these are worse than Imbue Priest numbers for a lot of them. Again, it's early on. Maybe people figure something out. But with the old stuff being good and Murloc Paladin being insane and printing all of this stuff, it's pretty rough. It even led to me to tweet out, in the first 2.5 hours of my ladder experience, the only quest I faced on my legend climb was this one. It was the only one I faced, right? It's basically, remember Infestor for Death Knight, right? And how frustrating that card was, those buffs just getting out of control. It was an aura, you couldn't silence it. But basically it's like having that card in your opening hand and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's really not much you can do about it other than outright scamming or playing a really heavy control deck and be able to like remove everything. But a card like Brain Gill also makes that hard because they don't run out of cards. But I will say with my very fair Druid deck, where this was my turn 3 in one game, where I played a Ceaseless and have a 1-mana Giant, Cenarius ready, absolutely disgusting. I actually lost at most to 1 Paladin. If not, I beat them all because I would just, have turns like this where I Ceaseless on turn, this is probably 4 because it probably ramped, or it's turn 5 and I have Ceaseless and double Giant on the board. Like, what are they supposed to do? Because low sets your minions to cost 5 and makes Giant 0, makes Ceaseless 0 because it starts at 5 and then adds the discount and they're pretty much always at 0. And then you just follow up with like Firac and Ziliax. It's not a fun experience. It's basically Dungar Druid on steroids. It's even faster than the older Dungar Druid, although I don't know if it's better. No idea. But when those are the two standout decks on day one, not really fun, right? That's not a really fun thing when all the new stuff seems terrible and you're dying super early. It just seems like a pattern of really not great playtesting going into expansion, which I've been complaining about going all the way back to Galakrond cards, like Galakrond, Descent of Dragons. Like this has always been an issue. Day one Demon Hunter. It is so rare we get an expansion launch that is not an unbalanced mess. But this one was like so foreseeable. It's the frustrating part. Like everybody saw this quest and like it seems pretty busted. He played a brawl for like a minute. Yeah, it's pretty busted and low. We didn't really get to test that in the brawl because Giants and Ceaseless were available. But if I had seen low and be like, okay, I'll try that with those cards in playtesting, I would see that that's pretty broken, right? I mean, Naga's Sea Witch got nerfed for the same reason back in the day, and that wasn't a battle cry. That was an aura, like a aura effect on the board. You remove it, it's over. This is constant. You can't get rid of it. It's brutal, and yeah, it's kind of dampering a lot of the fun of launch day, and that's kind of my meta review early on. Like, it's very early on, but I just didn't have a very fun day on day one. I just didn't. And I think there's really cool stuff there. It's just impossible to really play and have a good time with, unless you want to lose a lot. You can lose a lot, but you know me, I am a salty man who can't handle losing all that well. Other news we got, for some reason, Sharp-Eyed Lookout, just bug, doesn't work. This card here. It just says not yet released. It's just a bug. They're not banning it for wild sake or anything like that, although maybe they should. That's not a playable card at the moment. They also banned ETC. That card has been banned because of really bad bugs around the card. I haven't really talked about it much. But basically people were able to add, if you remember when they like hacked the game a while ago and were able to attack, like equip like solo adventure content, like 100 damage weapons in their ET or just period in their deck and kill you with it, they could do that. They could do that with their ETC. So it's banned until they fix that. Hopefully sooner than later, because ETC is a pretty important card in Wild. So yeah, that happened. And overall, yeah, pretty just not a great day. You look at the early meta, there's not a lot of stats. Like I said, HS Guru has a little bit here. We go like min 250. It's all older decks for the most part that are seeing positive win rates. Other than, yeah, Quest Paladin, which keeps dropping, which I do expect this to drop as people just start playing the good stuff. Murloc Paladin will get worse, but if you're seeing a horrible frustration with it, even at like HS Guru users, 30% of players are playing it. It's brutal, and it's also really free to play friendly, right? The quest is a legendary. That's expensive, I guess, but the rest, it's all like commons and rares. It's so cheap to put together, so easy to play, that yeah, a lot of people are doing it. You go to the bottom, yeah, that's where all the quest decks are. Like Quest Rogue, 22%. That is definitely not Ungoro-esque for Quest Rogue. That is insanely bad. Like, I thought it looked bad when I did the day one deck review. I'm like, this deck looks terrible, but you know, try it maybe. No, it's just atrocious. I don't know what salvaging there is for some of this stuff. It's crazy. Well, we're definitely gonna need a giant patch, that's for sure. But yeah, pretty much the old stuff is still doing pretty well, and a couple new things, right? The Druid and Quest Paladin is basically it. It's like the menagerie decks, and not seeing a lot here, right? Like the newer stuff, just so far, it's really early. We'll see if things develop, but it is not looking great. And yeah, let's take a look at the shop update. Again, we'll talk about the pet later today. I think it deserves its own video for how awful it is, and we could fully demonstrate it and also just show like how predatory it is. It's unbelievably predatory what they're doing. Oh yeah, before we get into the shop, by the way, there is a quest thing. There is a quest live right now, Lost City of Ungoro. You have 3 different routes. It doesn't really matter, I believe, which one you pick. It's just the portrait you get with it. I believe the packs and everything else is the exact same. I like the Reno portrait. You can take a look before you click it. I like the Reno one. On my main account, I picked Reno. We got Reno, Finley, and what brand for my cosplay? I should have picked that, right? So get in there and get that. I'm not gonna complete this on you, but I'll just pick it, and then you go along that line, complete that quest, all that. So make sure you do that. Get your free stuff. And yeah, down the shop update, they got the plush thing down here. Again, we're gonna ignore that till later today, but they did add a lot of stuff, as they always do, to the shop. Some of it is just obscene. Tavern Pass is the best value for money in Hearthstone outside of like mini sets or pre-orders, where for $20 USD, like, compare this to the Dark Mood Fair that's $160, right? You get a diamond, you get golden legendaries, you get signatures, you get skins, you get XP boost, you get golden packs. It's not the worst value out there. So if it's something you want to spend money on, it's one of the rare things I can recommend, right? You get gold out of it, you get some pretty cool stuff out of it. I actually can recommend the Tavern Pass pretty much every time around. It's not bad value. It's 9 times value. That's insane, right? So I can recommend that. However, basically nothing else. This is insane. For 4 signature quests and 4 golden packs, and you may have opened one of these quests already, it is the low price of $165 Canadian. $165. That's more than King Crush pet, or $120 USD, right? Actually, no, it's cheaper than the plush. Never mind. Yeah, I'm not buying this. I'm passing on it. I have not bought this. I don't know who this is for. The ultra giga whale that just wants everything signature and has just so much money. It does have plus 20% value. Don't get me wrong, that's insane. But yeah, unbelievably expensive. Or you could buy them separately, including the Quest Priest one. Costs more than the others, $50 Canadian, 40 USD for one card. One card, that's it. And you can also get the Hunter, or was it? This is the Demon Hunter one, I think? No, Warlock. I can't even read it. I can't tell what they are based on the art. Not a great side. Enter Lost City, so the Warrior one is $35, and Lion Weight, the Rogue Horrible card, is $35. Again, not buying any of this crap. Even they priced me out, and I'm also just sick of their monetization. I'm done just feeding them endless money. I can't do it anymore. I stopped a while ago. They also have Diamond Titanographer for $60. You get 2 random signatures, which are duplicate protected, and Titanographer doesn't seem very good. Again, I'm not buying it. And same with Low. Even though Low's broken, it'll probably get nerfed. You get 2 signatures and all that. Again, not buying it. You didn't see it in my gameplay video. For a reason, I have passed on every diamond in signature, which I've never done before, but they're making it really easy on me, because not only are they insanely expensive, but the other stuff they're pulling, I don't really mind. But the portraits, they have stayed about the same, and you get to see them every game, and they're pretty cool. So we have Diamond Gronk, which is a new hunter skin, not druid. I don't know why. Comes with 3 hunter packs, 2 golden standard packs, and he sounds and looks like this.
Gronk versus Uther. I will fight with honor.
What brings you before the Lord of the Hunt?
For duty.
Good hunting. You are worthy prey. You have my gratitude. What skill? A mistake. If you plan to run, remember, I can open doors. That takes more mana. I cannot do that. I have wronged you. This is pointless.
So again, actual cool portrait and not $1 billion. Still way too expensive. $25 is way too expensive, but hey, at least it's not what the other stuff is. And they did add a bunch of new portraits as well that you can pick up if you so choose. One that's adorable in Bone Digger Arthas for Death Knight. Comes to 5 Death Knight packs, $10 USD, $12.50 Canadian. Sounds and looks like this.
Arthas versus Uther. I will fight with honor.
So you can't go wrong with Arthas. We got the Curator Rafam, again, same price, $10, $12.50 Canadian. 5 Warlock packs, sounds and looks like this.
Rafam versus Uther. I will fight with honor.
These relics belong in a museum. My museum. Welcome to my supreme exhibition. See? You are already learning from me. We appreciate your support. Almost as impressive as myself. Genius is not always obvious. Do not touch the exhibits. It can't be done. My mana is all gone. Behold my power. You'll be... I am sorry. Back to the steel ball.
And we also have the Crystal Carver Decidra bundle for Shaman with 5 Shaman packs. Same price as the other ones. Sounds and looks like this.
Isidra versus Uther. I will fight with honor.
Let me show you what I have made. Elements guide you. You're a true artist. You have my thanks. Now that is craftsmanship. Waste of good crystal. My totems are powering up. I cannot do that. I need more mana. I am sorry. You have caused enough damage.
Of all the cosmetics, the most I can recommend, which I'll never recommend spending money on this stuff unless you really want it, are portraits, because they're not insanely over-the-top expensive compared to other stuff. And they even added the returning Patches pirate skin, which is really cool. Comes with a card back. Patches is really rad. It's a more premium one, and you can get it for 1,500 gold. You don't have to spend any money. If you have the gold, you can get it, or spend 12.50 Canadian, probably $10 USD. So again, not gonna preview that one. It already is out there, but overall, yeah, the monetization is getting crazier and crazier. For the most part, it's still cosmetic based, but like, who's buying this crap? If I'm not buying it, I'm just wondering who the hell is. And yeah, speaking of that, we'll have the full pet review. I'm gonna post it 4 hours after this video goes live. It's not a very nice one. It's pretty scathing. I use the word scam. I feel like it's a scam. I feel it's predatory. It's gross. And I'm not even using the pet. I'm not using it, but we will show how it works and why absolutely no one should be buying it and why it is set up for you to lose. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.